Alright, cool, let's make a start. Now I'm going to do my best to knock the camera. Turn this down just a little bit because I need to concentrate. Yeah, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I've been meaning to do some painting for a little while. I quite like to do some painting. So what I'm working on is Monet's Poplars by the Eprit, I think it is. Just a little study on a small, God, how much? 6x6 canvas, I think. Just working in acrylics with a fairly limited, I wouldn't say, yeah, fairly limited palette. Just blue, yellow, white, red, black. So the plan of attack really is to start from basically get the block colors in first. So what that means is I like to paint, I wouldn't call it like a pointillism style, but it's basically impressionistic. So we're starting with this simple little kind of big flat brush strokes to get the blues, get kind of the lumps, get the lumps in, so lumpy lumps, get the lumps in here, and then just start looking at color values and things like that. Obviously spacing's not quite correct compared to the reference here, but I mean, you know. And then it's just looking at things like, you know, look at our blue and our kind of reddy pinky blue and doing reflections. So first things first, let's get some fucking paint down on the canvas, bros. So starting off with some lovely cool blue. That's going to be way too dark, as we can probably, I don't know if you can see, obviously it's going to be too dark. Sure. What I like about the way I paint, the process, is that it's fairly easy going with it. You know, it's not like a rocket science. Just get paint on the canvas. Worry about it after. Get paint on and then start refining. So let's just get a 50-50 mix. God, that paintbrush is... I'm sorry you can't really see my cams at the same time, but I only have one webcam because I usually stream my video games. I've never really streamed my paintings before. That's... it's a bit grey. Really needs to be a lot lighter than that. So I'm going to start, try and pull a gradient down. That's a good place to start as any. And so what I really want is, as I'm painting this, I like to pull, kind of a key thing about Impressionism, that you're pulling and kind of color theory from, like, you know, we're talking about like Seurat and Cezanne and stuff like that, is so say we've got like blues up in here and our shadows down in our shadow areas, we should have the same values, the same colors of blues. But let's just make a start. What I think is the nice bright colours up here. How do we think? Looks a lot darker on the camera than it does in real life. So like I say, it's just kind of big blobs first. Because I do like to get like a mixture of like blobby blobs. Who gives a fuck about the nightmares? And so one of the things, who was it? I think it was Cezanne. I like this kind of liney style. And if it's chilled and something nice and relaxed, then your lines are like lots of horizontal lines. But when we want something a bit more vibrant, so when we come to do, say for example, the leaves of these trees, we're going to be varying the directions of the lines. But initially, I mean, it's just starting with some nice calm sky. How's that? looks a lot darker on the camera than it does on here, but that is something I can fix at a later time. So I know I want basically, I basically just want 3 values for my sky to start off with. So I want more of this lighter blue on this horizon down here. And obviously we want it a lot lighter over here. It looks like 2, kind of in between these trees. And then we're going to bring it to a slightly darker blue as we work our way up towards, you know, things on the horizon. Lighter, darker, because the sky's curved. You see? I don't need to know what's real or not no more. Okay, a bit more. Let's get a little bit more. Oh, it's quite light up around in this corner up here. It's quite light. I like it. Looks like the trees. So the trees are quite a lot darker. Obviously, which makes it nice. So you got this because the sun is coming from this way here. I can't see it because the sun's coming from this way. Can you see that? You probably can't see that. So because light's coming from this way, the trees that are down here, that are going to be here, there's some nice dark shadows here, which contrasts quite nicely because the sky's still quite bright in this little corner here. So let's just keep working. It's kind of weird to be sitting at kind of a funny angle and really trying not to bonk the camera and wiggle it all about. Let's jump back to our mid-tone blue. A little bit of water. Remember a key when I first started painting acrylic. One of the key thing is you got to use enough paint. If you don't, just end up dry brushing the shit out of it. More blue. Ooh. It's a bit dark. Get some of that light in there. Yeah, it's okay. There's no one. Let's just get some fucking dark blue in here. Come on, let's get it going here. So it's interesting lighting on these clouds in here that are going to go in here. It's interesting lighting effects going on. Okay. So let's block it in. Blocks of colour. Just nice blocks. Blocky blocks of colour. Touch. I can be your scratch. Meditation, hoping you will come on. It's my permanent vacation. How we doing? Yep. I've got to set up straighter. Now I'm just leaving little white spots because that's where the clouds are going to kind of start. But it doesn't really matter. Now it looks, I can assure you, it looks a lot darker on camera than it does in real life. It looks so vibrant. It needs to be darker in there. Some more whites. this really going in here. Yeah. Okay. Need more of that kind of grey, bluey matony in here. The important thing with acrylic is actually just working, I found, just working fast. Just kind of help pull colours together, otherwise you get this really freaking, it's tacky really quick. Dries super quick. Okay. So what I'm just trying to do is just blend it just a bit. Gosh, it really does look dark on that camera, doesn't it? Looks almost black. Not black, very dark. I wonder if I should just change the... If I go to properties, let's just see if I can change, maybe it's the brightness. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, so let's get the colour in behind the trees. Now, this is, like I say, my first time through a painting. It really is like it's a draft. It really is like a draft, because I'm just trying to get a sense of perspective, you know. But because I'm obviously copying, it's not so bad, and I've sketched it. I spent a little bit of time getting my sketch down. I just want to make sure I leave space. Okay. For my greenery stuff. And obviously, why do we start with the sky first? Because we start from back to front. Having from experience, I can tell you, trying to paint sky back over, like paint the holes back into a tree afterwards. Welcome to my ASMR fart channel. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's a lot of blue. A lot more kind of blue in this kind of. So the poplars kind of start here. I mean, working. So it's blue down in here. Kind of down here. Kind of down here. Yeah, dreams are gone. Nice vertical. Okay, what do we need to do? I need to sort the sky out a bit. So this sky needs to be very, very pale in that corner. Is it just blue? Okay, let's get some pale. In fact, and let's... Right, now I've kind of blocked. I actually want to switch brushes, because what I want to start doing is a little bit more... Get the scale of my paint strokes right now. This can take some time. I know, you know, it's over. How's that working for me? It's working okay. up in here is quite bright too. And I want to bring in some of that light bleh. It's nice and light down there. Come see, come ça. That really down there is a lot lighter. Very, very light. Down through here. I need more wheat. It's very dark. It goes from light to dark very quick. It's got nice dark blues up there. Something like this. I live in a house. So I like about painting it. It's ugly. It's like ugly, and then less ugly. Just get some lights. Some more lightness down in here. And down in here. Like so. Some variants in the blue here. Definitely in here. This is too dark. Much too dark. I'm not super concerned because, oopsies, oh good lord, big fat feet. Wait, I think I might like to have a crack at those little cloudies. So I need white, and I need a yellow. By the looks of it, yeah, it looks like yellow to me. Yellow, maybe a little bit of red. Okay, let's do a big brush first. Get some nice white going. You can see in the corner here my audio levels. Hi. Deep, deep love. So let's just bash and block them in first. So we've got kind of a biggie looking cloud. Kind of doing this thing already. It's kind of around here ish. And we've got some friends for him. Kind of comes up a bit more, looks like, actually. And kind of just up top here. Got a bit of blue my white, but that doesn't matter. And kind of just kind of flopping around just above the tree line here. So again, what I'm doing is just kind of blocking out the kind of key shapes, I suppose. Just getting an idea of where things are going to go. And let's just get some little buddies for him. Kind of down here. Up around here, down around here. Okay. What have I got up here? Nothing. Okay, let's bring you across a little bit. Let's do something here. Okay. Now down here we've got some two down, just kind of abstract shapies. Kind of just a few mix of.
Like when you played the fucking keyboard, I was stupid drunk. You know, like it was the wrong, and I was just.
Some up here. Got a little fellow poking out in between here. Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to look at the kind of the lighting that's going on. So my light's coming from, well, this way, because these are all illuminated. And there's some cool shadows. This is the bottom. And the light's hitting this one here, but this is in shadow, and it's hitting these branches here, but this is in shadow. So the sun is kind of like coming this way, but like this way. So those in shadow. So the sun is coming, hitting this side, and I guess that's why he's got them like a nice like yellow, and this is like the highlighted side. But then he's got like this shadow doodacky. Right. Let's have a crack. Oh, and once again, knock on the camera. Let's have a go. So let's get some yellow. Gosh, let's be paler than that. Oh, not really. Okay, so this nice paley kind of colour, and we're just going to start getting it on there, to be honest. Yeah, okay, so let's try this. I like painting clouds, but I almost find it a bit stressful because they never turn out exactly how I pictured them. But I guess that's kind of the point of painting a cloud. Almost need some red in there, I think. Just a touch, maybe. Dreamt about you daily, every night this week. You somehow on repeat. So we're gonna have to leave these for a second, come back when the paint's kind of drying, because what I'm just getting is a bit of mixing with a layer underneath, which is not really what I want. That's not what I want. Okay, so basic blockies. Right, let's get the greens then. Now we've got got a lot of darks in there. A lot of dark blues, darker than the sky. So I've got a lot of blue left, so let's start with those. Let's just get them in fat first. So, where have I got the darkest? Where is this dark stuff coming in? It's pretty dark. Can probably get away with this dark. So there's a spot down here. Where's my water line? It's the reflection. So there's a dark, big dark kind of spot here. I know there's a lot more going on there. There's different like purples and stuff. But let's just mark it in. And we've got up in this tree line, up in here, extends out quite far. Got kind of blue. It's lovely blues kind of coming in. Because it's actually quite dark here. And this is quite a lot of dark little spots in here. Let's switch to a smaller brush. A lot of water on it, but it's fine for now. So just imagine this is the underside. There's a lot of shadows down kind of this edge. So imagine this is the tree here. So along here, it's got kind of darker kind of shadows and along here. Let's do some down here. Very dark green. I know how to mix that green down in here. It's a darky bluey green. Then I fell asleep inside a car. Okay, so again, we're just kind of trying to indicate at this very, 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 very early point where things are going to go. So in terms of, I guess it's going to look ugly for a while. I think what I'd like to do is actually get some green in. So for that I need a fat boy brush. And let's go. Obviously we have to start with the furthest points away. So I've actually got kind of a little, kind of green started because I got start with a very light. Start with a very, very, very light green and just bring it down. How's that? Yellow, blue enough, or blue, and then a smidge more yellow, touch more yellow. What are we saying? Oh my gosh, it's a violet green. Okay, let's try that. It's a great thing. We can always bring it back if it's not quite the right color. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Let's get this going here. So let's just build a light green all the way through first, because we do have that kind of all the way through. To about, it kind of comes up here and around in this shadowy part and around here. And then obviously it comes, so it kind of comes down quite far actually, almost to the waterline about here. Big gaps here, and as it gets closer it's getting bluer, but for now this is fine. So what we need now is a yellower green. Hopefully you can see the difference on here, or yellow, because what we've got on the waterline there, what it indicates is some kind of like willows. It looks like some willows, something like that. More yellow, goddammit. Gosh, lots more yellow. So this, in this corner down here, you can see it's a lot yellower. So to indicate, oh gosh, it's still not yellow enough. It needs a lot more yellow, and it's going to need some reds too. And this kind of becomes indistinguishable. Again, as an indicator, this is, yeah, it's okay. This kind of section here. Okay, more yellow. Okay. So now what we need to do is ignore the fact it looks ugly. It doesn't matter. It's supposed to look ugly. It's not supposed to look good at this point. It may do if you're like a, you know, better painter than me, but at this point, ugly, I don't care. I'm just trying to get shapes, lines, colours, and so this is foreground, this is dark, this is going to be dark green. But this background, this is light green. These parts are quite light. And the bits in like here. And all these bits down here. All these little bits and bobblies. Okay, let's get that dark. Let's get that really dark green in there. Yes, it's pretty good. It's kind of smooshed. Need a small brush. Because what we need is lots of little. Well, I mean, we need a light green in there also, but kind of comes like this. That comes all the way out to here. Comes up quite high. It comes all the way down to the corner down here. have I got that so high in there? That should be a lot lighter. But it's that same kind of tone. Watery. It's better.
She knows me so well. It's crazy when I think of it. But my heart just needs help.
Now we've got this almost it's the same looking green in here as we do up on the shadows, pretty much next to these blue bits. As you can see, it's all quite dark. We're going to come back over this so that's in the letter to get some of those nice detailed brush strokes in here. But for now, just trying to indicate, as I said, shadows. Probably not the correct way to paint, but it's how I like to paint. So this is that area. This is a quite dark area. Let's get the dark in there. And it's like a lump. It's really dark green. Here. Stop looking at that bloody camera. Okay, and if we look down the line, I've got this is a darker green. It's this kind of. If you look in here on this painting, we've got it's a similar kind of shade, and so we can start defining kind of little areas like shade and light. So you're really that darker green. Could we do everything a little bit? You can see it. When we need to get an order of magnitude a bit bigger. This is that part there. This is going to be dark. That needs more blue down here. But this is dark all along here. It's actually blue. So now this will do. Oh, I've got to skip this song because it always gets copyrighted. Next. I guess the only one. It's the only one that really kind of blows it out the water for some reason. It's shit hard to get that song getting played. I think I've got my paint too thin because what I'm getting is not what I really want. So this thing's blue all through here. Let's take a look at the shadow area up here. So there's this shadow area, there's this highlight part, and there's a dark kind of green up into here. Hello. How's it going? Yes. Yeah, it's obviously just the draft, but it'll get there. There's just a shitload to do. Thanks, babe. Through the nights. This green I've got in here is not the right shade of green. And also you can see there's blue. There's blue in the shadows. There should be blue in the shadows here, down here, at the base down here. Just kind of starting to kind of indicate just some kind of basic shapes without making them too kind of a bit lumpy in through here. But again, that'll get broken up a lot when we put in the sky colours. Here, down here, we've got a nice shadowy part underneath this bush here. Just a little touch at the back just to indicate that's where it ends. Okay. Let's do a bit more up in this section up here. More blue up in here than I thought, and this needs to come way out. It needs to come out to like here. So let's just something like that. Okay. Where's my light green? Oh, that's actually quite a good colour for maybe down here. Maybe the poplar tree branches. Let's just get them in. Very light green. A few little highlighty spots in here. So this tree is in the foreground tree. It comes out. There's a little touch of a highlighted spot here, and then it kind of they start to get lighter down and just kind of sections. And these are quite bright down here. And this kind of comes here, so you take the skyline way, way up. This just kind of comes here, a bit lower, a bit lower. Let's just block that in for now. Alright, what the heck? What colour are those? Looks like a little red. Let's get time to get a little bit of red going, I think. Just a little bits. Good. Okay, it won't get darker than that, so let's get these branches, let's get these trunks in and see what we're dealing with here. Way up. Gosh, not very straight. I have to fix you up. Pretty close next to. Three in rapid succession right next to them. What, sorry? Huh? Sure. Pretty even spacing. So these are going to be painted over. I'm just trying to get, and you can see here they're darker, and this does hit right along that edge there. Dog, what are you up to, buddy? No, no, don't go that way, my friend. Go that way. Good boy. having an explore. Let's take a look down here too. Oh, that's a that one. So we get a sense of where things are going to go. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got about 10 minutes left. What I'm going to do is just jump in with some blue. Dog, sit! Good boy, so clever. Such a good boy. Okay, let's get in and get the rest of that sky painted in. And what I tend to do is I tend to do quite a few iterations. I start off kind of a pretty ugly looking piece of shit. And then it gets it goes through a series of refinements, but I just want to get in all the correct blue spots. So this is after that big blobby bit, so this is going to be blue. This whole thing's going to be blue. And this kind of tapers off, and this green bit kind of comes down more. Well, in Monet's one. And as we said, the blue in here has to come way up like here. And obviously down here. We can afford just to get a little bit lighter. And same along here. Doc, you're gonna have to chill, buddy. Dog's having a little tantrum. Okay, this part's actually very green, but I'm still gonna paint it blue for now because sky does poke through. He's just a puppy. He's still at that really needy stage. Hey, shush, buddy. I'm right here. Okay? No. Okay. Okay, so what I've got really is a sense of just where things are going to go. Can I get that any lighter? Oh gosh, probably dry that off before I just whack it on the page. Good lord. Oops. No, I can't read it at the moment. It's just... So it's all going to be green. Ugly, ugly, ugly at the moment. Ugly is fine. Ugly is okay. Nothing wrong with ugly at the start. so it doesn't end up looking like a piece of shit, as you can see. So here on mine, dog, relax. So on mine, this, out of the way, mouse, out of the way, mouse, you're in the way. This tree line, it starts off okay, but then it's too flat. Dog! It's too flat. It needs to kind of come up here. And then this needs to come out a little bit further, even more. And then this needs to be developed. So this is... So I think next time what I'm going to do is really work on getting the sky, because I want to finish this before we start on any reflections. There's no point doing reflections until all this is done. So let's get this done to like here next time. Let's get this the sky and stuff done and get that done. But it's a blocking exercise. Hey dog, sit. Frank, sit. As a blocking exercise, it works pretty good. So if you've tuned in, thanks for watching. We'll stop it there at the ugly, gross, ugly stage. And yeah, we'll come back another time to finish it off. So